Hello everyone, my name is wanshan Ying. Today I'm going to critically analyze performance management at Amazon. Rather than simply describing what Amazon does, this presentation evaluates how its system is shaped by organizational strategy, technological capability, and HRM theory, and more importantly, whether this model is sustainable in a contemporary work context. Amazon is widely recognized as a global benchmark for operational efficiency. Its ability to deliver products rapidly and at scale is supported by an extremely sophisticated performance management system. However, this efficiency is not neutral. There has been significant criticism regarding employee well-being, surveillance, and work intensity. Importantly, this highlights a broader issue in modern organizations, where performance systems increasingly prioritize measurable outputs over human experience. So, what we see is not just a company level issue, but a systematic tension between efficiency and humanity. This presentation argues that Amazon's system is strategically effective, but structurally imbalanced. It prioritizes control, standardization, and efficiency over employee-centered practices. And crucially, Amazon does not simply manage performance, it engineers it through data and control. Performance management is best understood as a continuous and integrative process. It involves aligning employee performance with organizational goals through communication, evaluation, and development. Importantly, this definition emphasizes that performance management is not only about measurement, but also about enabling long-term capability and engagement. However, in practice, many organizations tend to overemphasize control mechanisms. So this creates a useful analytical question. Does a system genuinely develop employees, or does it primarily enforce compliance? This distinction is critical when evaluating Amazon. Amazon's system is highly data-driven, relying on real-time monitoring technologies and performance metrics. Employees are continuously evaluated based on output, accuracy, and time efficiency. What is particularly significant is that performance is tracked in real time rather than through periodic reviews. This represents a fundamental shift in management practice. Instead of human supervisors exercising judgment, algorithms become the primary mechanism of control. As a result, performance management is embedded directly into the workflow itself. This creates what can be described as a digital panopticon, where visibility is constant and behavior is continuously shaped by data. While this significantly enhances efficiency, it also reduces flexibility, discretion, and opportunities for human judgment. Amazon's system does not exist in isolation. It is shaped by powerful external pressures. First, intense competition in the e-commerce sector requires rapid delivery and cost efficiency. Second, customer expectations for speed and convenience continue to escalate. Third, technological advancement make real-time monitoring not only possible, but economically viable. However, these pressures are increasingly balanced by regulatory and societal expectations. There is growing scrutiny regarding labor conditions and surveillance practices. This creates a dual constraint on organizations like Amazon. They must simultaneously maximize efficiency while maintaining social legitimacy. This tension fundamentally shapes how performance systems are designed. Internally, Amazon's organizational culture reinforces performance intensity. Its leadership principles emphasizes high standards, ownership, and delivering results. These values encourage employees to prioritize efficiency and productivity above all else. At the same time, decision making is highly data driven, meaning that performance metrics become the central mechanism of control. Over time, this normalizes high pressure work practices. Importantly, this is not just about individual performance expectations, but about embedding a system where continuous optimization becomes the norm. So employees are not only expected to perform, but to constantly improve their performance. From a strategic HRM perspective, Amazon demonstrates strong vertical alignment. Its performance management system directly supports its strategy of efficiency and cost leadership. This explains why the system is highly effective in delivering organizational outcomes. However, strategic XRM has been criticized for its narrow focus on performance outcome. It often assumes that what benefits the organization will also benefit employees, which is not always the case. Amazon provides a clear example of this limitation. Strategic alignment explains why the system works, but it does not explain the human cost associated with it. Amazon's system can also be analyzed through the lens of algorithmic management. In this model, data-driven systems replace traditional managerial control. This increases efficiency, consistency, and scalability. However, it also significantly reduces employee autonomy. Workers have less ability to exercise judgment or self-regulate their pace of work. As a result, work becomes more standardized and mechanistic. Additionally, the black box nature of algorithmic system creates transparency issues. Employees may not fully understand how decisions are made, which can reduce perceptions of fairness. So, control is no longer exercised through human interaction, but embedded within technological systems. This represents a fundamental transformation in how work is organized. From the motivation perspective, Amazon relies heavily on extrinsic control mechanism. Employees are driven by targets, monitoring, and performance consequences. However, self-determination theory suggests that intrinsic motivation depends on autonomy, competence, and relatedness. In Amazon's system, autonomy is significantly constrained due to constant monitoring. While competence may be developed, tasks are often repetitive and tightly structured. Relatedness is also limited in highly individualized performance environment. This creates an important implication. Employees may comply with performance expectations, but they may not feel genuinely engaged with their work. So the system produces compliance, but not necessarily commitment. Overall, Amazon's performance management system is highly effective in achieving efficiency and productivity. It delivers clear competitive advantages. However, this effectiveness comes with significant trade-offs. The significant system generates negative outcomes such as stress, work intensification, and high turnover. It prioritizes measurable performance while underemphasizing employee experience. This reflects a deeper structural imbalance. The system is designed to optimize output rather than to sustain human capability. As a result, while it is economically efficient, it may not be sustainable in the long term. To address these issues, Amazon could adopt a more balanced approach to performance management. First, performance metrics should incorporate well being indicators alongside productivity measures. This would shift the focus from purely output based evaluation to more holistic performance. Second, increasing employee autonomy could enhance intrinsic motivation and engagement. Third, introducing greater transparency and human oversight should improve fairness perceptions. These recommendations are grounded in sustainable HRM principles. Importantly, the goal is not to reduce efficiency, but to achieve a more balanced and sustainable form of performance. In conclusion, Amazon highlights both the strengths and limitations of contemporary HRM approaches. Strategic HRM explains its efficiency, while motivation theory explains its engagement challenges. However, neither fully captures the complexity of algorithmically managed workplaces. This suggests that existing HRM frameworks needs to evolve to better address this interaction between technology, control, and human experience. Ultimately, the future of performance management lies not in controlling employees more, but in managing performance in a way that is both efficient and humanly sustainable. Thank you, everyone. Here's my presentation, and here are all the references. Thank you so much.